All right, welcome back, Pine Belt. Well, if you didn't know, April is National Poetry Month, and there is still time to celebrate if you live in Hattiesburg. Joining me to talk more about it is Dr. Jennifer Peterson. Thank you so much for being here.
It's great to be here.
So tell us about this event you guys have coming up.
So over the past 6 months, myself and several other teaching artists have been partnering with local schools to hold a series of poetry workshops. Hundreds of students have gotten to write poems with us. It's been amazing. And of those hundreds, we've chosen some really outstanding student poems. So on Saturday, the 25th, from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, we have a poetry celebration. And we want to honor some of those outstanding student poets in the Hattiesburg area. And we'll have games, bubbles, sidewalk chalk, and cotton candy, lots of fun things that I hope will make poetry feel exciting and accessible to the young people in our community.
Nice. So this is going to wrap up a months-long work with local students. Can you explain what the Writing Skywards workshop series is?
Yeah, so when I first became Poet Laureate, I knew that I wanted to develop some kind of program that would harness the existing excitement that we have in Hattiesburg for mural artwork, because we have so much beautiful public art. So what we like to do in these workshops, and so thankful to the teachers and administrators who have invited us in, we talk to students about the mural artwork that exists in Hattiesburg and show them things about like the elements of art, and then we get them writing creatively in response to those murals. So a lot of times we'll give them a prompt like, if I had a plain brick wall, I'd paint. And then students creatively come up with, using image, using rhyme and meter and all kinds of elements of poetry, come up with sort of a plan for a visual art that they'd like to share with their community.
Now you all have worked with more than 700 children in the area. What has stood out to you the most about their response to poetry?
Yeah, well, that's our best guess as to the numbers. What has stood out to me is just how much amazing creative potential there is among our young people, how diverse the perspectives are on what they would like to see reflected on a wall in their community. Some want to paint their pet cat Nacho, some want to paint, outer space. So that's been beautiful to see. Another thing that's been outstanding is just to see the amazing work that teachers are doing throughout the year. We just, parachute in for 1 or 2 sessions and get to enjoy these students. And it's amazing the work that the teachers have been doing day in and day out to foster creativity, to make a warm, inviting space for students to share and create.
Why do you think it's important to open up these opportunities for these students?
Well, I think we tend to use language in very regular ways, right? Especially in the classroom. Most of what we're doing with our language is just telling information or, explaining something that we know or we're being tested. But language, just like paint on a mural, language can be used in imaginative ways. It can be used in ways that just bring pleasure and bring excitement. So I think what my hope is for the program is that students will remember sort of the joy of language, and at the same time as they're cultivating their academic skills, but just make a space for them to use language in a different way.
Okay, so as a quick recap, tell us when and where.
It is at the Rebecca Stark Johnson Community Arts Center in Hattiesburg, Saturday, April 25th from 1 to 3 p.m.
All right, Dr. Peterson, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Stay tuned, Pine Belt. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more news and weather coming up after the break.